Hello, friends. Callie here, back again to talk about another one of my most hated Preds from TCaP. And I am absolutely kicking myself that this guy was not my number one choice. I just feel like he's kind of underrated, but to me, he definitely one of the worst. He's in my top 3 for sure. But the thing is, he was a part of the first TCaP sting. It wasn't even called To Catch a Predator yet. It was called Dangerous Web, and they interviewed parents, they interviewed kids. It was not yet organized. It was a little messy. This is something no one else has really done. So, Chris is, not to say that he's a novice. He's been doing his job, for a while before this. But the first sting, it was Bethpage, Long Island. Dateline NBC. And Edmund Eddie J. Tapia, if I'm saying his last name right. I don't know. I don't care. But this guy, so he was born in Long Island. He claims that he lives in New York City, whatever. He's a self-employed producer, which I have a very hard time believing. We'll see in the video that I guess he's done something. I don't know. Maybe because apparently he has an IMDb page, which I just did not know. And maybe just for the shits and giggles of the thought, we will try to find him on IMDb. Honestly, guys, it's not that hard you can create an IMDb page for yourself on your own. Ugh, my God. So he was 34 at the time. Ed in NYC. So funny. The decoy's name was Rachel, and he just really tried the whole, oh, you are so mature for your age. And then he started talking about oral and big on the virgin thing, which is gonna come back to bite him in the ass later on. And I guess I really I'm mad that some of these most of the chats that I've been looking up I can't find on the internet, because I really wanted to read his chat and I could not find a thing. But even during the chat, he was very apprehensive. He felt maybe this could have been an undercover cop. But we did get the iconic quote from Chris Hansen. He's a fast mover. At the time, it was just Dell who was the decoy. It was just the video that I apologize, the quality it's the worst. It is the worst, but you can't blame the times. But this is when part of me thinks that he is a part of the industry, because just the way he tries to protect himself from being incarcerated or whatever he thought would happen. He comes in and he's like, hey Rachel, remember? You said you're 19, right? Can you read between the lines? What the F? What the actual F? Finally Chris comes out, because he was Eddie was just so he was so cautious, as if, you know what? I swear, he has done this before. I can't, like, I swear. He has the language of a producer, because it's all bullshit. Sorry, not sorry. But, like, get this. So there hasn't really been that much, like, updates about him, but in 2024, his Facebook and IMDb page says he still works as a self-employed movie producer. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see something. Hold on. I found some trivia right here. The bonus footage of Eddie talking to Del being camera shy that wasn't shown in the episode was later uncovered in a previously unnoticed bonus episode called In Our Own Words. While the footage technically isn't uncut, these two clips and other clips featuring Steve Reddington and Dark Hero are the only piece of bonus footage from Bethpage Sting to be officially released. Okay, see, I remember that. Where is it? I didn't find it, but let's watch this. And this is when, like, you know, it's a baby TCaP, and I didn't like the format where it's like, oh, here's this guy, but we'll get back to him later. Let's go to this guy. I didn't like that misdirection. And of course, like, thanks to, you know, a lot of people who watch the show, like, why aren't these guys getting arrested? You're just letting them go. Worst decision ever. And I'm glad that they listened and finally got law enforcement. But let's start his segment.
8 men show up, one after the other, from early afternoon into the evening, none of them realizing their every move is being recorded. Each man made a date on the internet and believes a minor is home alone and open to the idea of sex. Remember this man, screen name Ed in NYC? He's 34-year-old Eddie, and when he shows up at the house, he tries something none of the others did. Before he'll come into the kitchen, he comes up with a scheme to insulate him.
I find it so funny. Like, why is he, like, dusting shit off his chest? Like, during the drive, he, like, went to get McDonald's, so he's, like, trying to, like, brush some, like, crumbs off his shirt.
Himself from possible criminal charges, and he tries to get the girl to play along.
This moment, guys. This is what has me seething, and I'm sure I know that I'm not alone.
Okay, listen, just say something to me.
What do you want me to say?
I say, Rachel, you're 19 years old, right?
I'm not, though. You know I'm not.
I don't know that.
Yes, you do. Because apparently in the chat, she was saying that, like, oh, she's 14. This guy, man.
I told you I was 14. You saw it. You said back to me. What are you talking about?
No. Not as far as I know.
Man, this is when we just had Del. And you know what? Del always did some good work. I mean, she actually made a Bannister sexy to me.
As far as I know, you're 19 years old, right?
But
Rachel, can you read between the lines?
When I walk in, Eddie admits he was trying not to incriminate him.
And that's crazy, because this really, I mean, I would say yes, it was somewhat successful because they did bring in people, but a lot of guys, like, ran. And the fact that, you know, baby Chris at the time was able to get Eddie on the stool, to me that's like, okay, he's got it. He's got something. That's why that episode of South Park, I bring South Park up too much. it's stupid. But where it's like a power that he has. Why don't you have a seat over here? And Cartman's just like, what is happening?
Himself.
My intentions are not anything, so I just want to protect myself, that's all.
But she told you on the internet she was 14.
19, she wrong after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right.
On the internet?
Yes.
You want to stick with that story?
That's what I thought she wrote.
Dang, and it's so crazy, like, how tall Chris is. It's, like, perfect. Like, you can't even cheat that with a camera angle. Like, the fact that he, in, like, later seasons, like, when you think of, like, Lorne, like, he sat down. Like, how... I'm sorry, like, how, like, I can't think of the word, like, but how, like, boss? I don't know if that's something that's still a thing. I don't know. But he's, even though he, like, sat down on, like, the other opposite armchair, which, weirdly, they were facing each other, still commanded. You know, he got so good. Not to say that he was bad here, but I mean, this is the, you know, first time doing it. This is something different. But he has a presence. You can't deny that.
You want to see the transcript?
I'm sure you have it.
The fact that Eddie is so cunning doesn't surprise law enforcement experts.
Fucking
Not
cunning.
only are they not stupid, but they're probably above average intelligent. They can't...
See, that's where, like, I can't help but, like, I'm sorry. If you have, like, above intelligence, but you are still dumb enough, even though, like, even during the chat, you question whether this is real or not, you still showed up. You still showed up, you disgusting sack. I don't care if you have degrees or anything. That does not make you smart. Sorry. You showed up.
Can be a wide variety of individuals, but a lot of them are well-educated individuals.
We'll get back to
Don't
Eddie
care.
later. There are more men.
Okay, so this is what I hate about this, but I did timestamp. Was it 24? Okay, let's start.
Although
here.
I never pretended to be a cop.
Well, you want to tell me why you really came over?
I really wanted to just take him to the movies. In fact,
But none had any idea our hidden cameras
You know what? It's never a dull moment when I do a stream or a video. Opie is always here to toot out the gas.
were going to expose them before a national audience. When we told them, most headed for the door, like Steve, the married man with children.
I'm Chris Hansen of Dateline NBC.
Alright.
I am leaving.
All right, go ahead. Hansen with Dateline NBC. And we're doing a story.
You can't put me on TV.
Little late for that, dog.
But some wanted a chance to try to explain themselves.
Yeah, this is like, he has this like our lol cows that we talk about, like having this blind, like, where did this come from type of confidence to think that, like, he thought he can get away with it. He thought he can talk himself out of it when there's literal, like, text evidence.
Remember 34-year-old Eddie? He
Boy,
was
do
the
we.
one who thought he'd found a way to cover himself legally.
As far as I know, you're 19 years old, right?
When I confront him, he's ready with a story. Says he's a TV producer doing research.
Where are you at television?
Oh, I forgot about this. A TV producer who is doing research. People have tried that before. Has that ever worked? Guys, like that one guy who, I can't remember his name. Dreading did a video on this guy who was like obsessed with Dexter, and he tried to make like Star Wars movies, and he tried to like lure like guys to like kill them because he just so badly wanted to be Dexter, and he was such a failure at it.
I work independently right now.
Yeah.
I work independently.
You know, it's ironic because I work in television too.
I bet as soon as Chris said that, Eddie's like, potential contact?
With Dateline NBC.
At first, this television producer appears a bit camera shy, but then he decides to open up.
I haven't done anything wrong at all. If you go into the transcripts, a time and time again, everything that was said.
Trying to look all innocent with the Mr. Gigi does it really well in when he talks about Eddie, puts his like his hands on his cheeks. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I think what you're doing is great. And pretty much like I feel like he was begging for a job.
Picture this.
Everything.
Picture this. You lying back, eyes straddle your chest. It sounds like you were looking to have a
that's fucking
sexual
graphic.
experience with this girl, Rachel, who we were talking about on the internet. I mean, I don't know what other conclusion you can
You
draw.
can search me for a condom. I don't have one on me. I wouldn't have sex without one.
Eddie thinks he
I hate that condom like defense. I think it is complete and utter bullshit. I mean, just speaking from experience. They really don't. They don't. They're not around. They're not there. Unless you specifically be like, hey, no.
He's pretty smooth, and he's not quite finished. He's got yet another excuse why he's not really here for sex.
Besides, she's supposedly a virgin, so she's never had sex anyway, so I certainly wouldn't want to be the first.
Again, another bullshit thing. I've never... like, I'm gonna say like 80% of the predators that got caught were so stoked about the decoy being a virgin. Like, there's something about that, like, I don't know, what is it, like an ownership or something. I just like, to me, I'm just like, no, that's I want someone who knows what the hell they're doing, who is of age, obviously, but like, what the fuck?
Kind of sounds like you might have been.
Like, I think back when I was really young, too young to start being sexually active, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I was terrible. Like, who the fuck wants that?
Excited about the fact that she was free.
I can't believe I just said that. Oh, whatever, fuck it, I'm keeping it in.
Virgin in here.
No, I don't think so. You don't see that in there. And in fact, all you see is just little test scenarios.
So
For the record, it appears Eddie has worked as a TV producer.
I'm very interested in your
Bitch, where?
story. I think it's a great thing that you're doing. I think it's something that you should certainly do more and more, and bad people left and right.
Thanks for the pat on the back.
I'm surprised he didn't drop off his resume
Eddie.
before leaving.
Meanwhile, when it comes to excuses, law enforcement experts say they've heard them all.
It's not uncommon
Yeah, but they weren't on the scene. He should have been arrested.
for these individuals, when caught dead to right, to try to minimize and downplay and to rationalize and justify and offer these excuses.
But when 30-year-old Dark Hero
Yeah. God, Dark Hero, don't get me started on that, man. But yeah, this is a short one, but because we really didn't get much of this guy. And last year he still calls himself a self-employed producer. I was gonna look it up like while I was recording, but I think that's gonna get a little messy. But maybe something separate, like a short or something. I'll look it up and I'll share what this because you can create an IMDb profile without like there's no counsel that says, okay, you have finally been in a project that is legit. Now you can be you can create a profile yourself. So we'll have to continue because I'm curious. But God, I hate this man. I'm gonna say, like, so far, these have to be my top 3 right now. But that's the thing about the show. You can just, you watch and it's like, no, like, they're all fucking terrible. We know this. But him, just the way he spoke to Hansen and almost tried to, I swear, he was, if he didn't have his resume on hand, like, if he did, he would pass it along. But seriously, thank you guys for watching this really dumb person, and I hope he has a miserable life, but I hope you guys are having a great one. And yeah, join me next time. We'll see who I choose next. God, I don't even know. If you have any suggestions, like, let me know what you think about me doing this. Again, it's something that's, like, very new for me. I'm used to, like, going live and, like, off the cuff and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, stay booked and blessed, and bye.